Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. I want to talk history. I'm a history buff. And before my friends go, yep, we're out, see you, bye, and they check out, it's not exactly where I'm going. My friends will tell you there are a couple things you never bring up with me. It's Civil War history, U.S. history, exercise and nutrition science. Don't ever go to the grocery store with me either. Holy shit. History is incredibly important. After all, what's the point of learning history if I can't use it in my life, right? And there's a great saying I learned long time ago, is that those who do not know history are bound to repeat it. And I think one of the most beneficial pieces of history I ever learned that I still use today, that I actually use, was the history of my own addiction, the history of my alcoholism. See, when I came into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, back into the rooms, I was able to look back over the course of my life, my 25 plus years of drinking, and see where I messed up. And each and every time I messed up, it all started with that first drink. I might be 4 years sober and I take that first drink thinking, oh, I've got this. See, I'm 4 years sober. I'm 3 months sober. I'm 6 months sober, whatever. I can take that first drink. I've learned how to manage my drinking. I spent all that time trying to convince people that I could manage and control my drinking. But what I ultimately did was, to those same people I was trying to prove that I was right, I proved to them that I was wrong. Because every time I took that first drink, well, hell, I'd fall off the wagon so hard the son of a bitch would turn back around and run over my ass. Time and again, my history dictates the patterns of my historical patterns would always show that every time I took that first drink, I would lose it. I would lose all control all over again. And that was one of the most important pieces of history I ever learned coming into the room of Alcoholics Anonymous, learning how my addiction works, how my addiction, the second I have that one, my brain starts going, I want another. I want another. What's the point? You've already started drinking. I know the history of my addiction. I know the history of the thought patterns that cross my mind whenever I put that first one in me. And the program of Alcoholics Anonymous taught me early on that, you know what, I'm going to screw up these steps, but the only step I have to get right is that very first step, that I can't put that first one in me, because the second I put that first one in me, I become a different person. I become somebody else who doesn't have the same logic and reasoning and rationale skills that I might have sometimes. I become somebody completely different. But I learned throughout, looking at my past, looking over the course of my 25 plus year career of drinking, I learned those historical patterns that I'd created time and again, telling my kids, oh, you just watch me, I'm going to stop drinking. And I'd stop for a little bit and I'm like, oh, I got it mastered. And I'd fall right back off the wagon. I'd go back out on the bender. I learned, I'm able to look at my historical patterns now and go, yeah, that's pretty stupid. The idea of me putting my first one in me. There's another great saying I heard in the room long ago. I think Doug was the one told, first time I heard it, Doug B. He said, if you don't know when your last drink was, that means you probably haven't had it. I probably butchered that phrasing. He said it a lot more eloquently than I just did. I promise you that. But it's true. And fortunately, I clearly remember when my last drink was. But I learned my history. I learned the history of my thinking, and I can actually use that now. Matter of fact, I used it this morning. When I first got sober, clean and sober, I committed to myself running 3 days a week for at least 20 minutes. Anything beyond 20 minutes is on me, but at least 20 minutes, 3 days a week. That was it. This morning, I'm trying to hit a milestone goal for this year. And of course, we're coming up on the end of the year. And this morning I said, you know what? I was tired, but I need to at least go in there and commit, fulfill that 20-minute commitment. Deep down inside, I knew what was going to happen because, again, I have the addiction of more. I knew how my alcoholism worked with alcohol. Why can't I do it with running? I'm trying to hit this running goal. So I went in, and sure enough, I said, okay, I'm just going to do my 20 minutes. My legs were fatigued. I was tired. Just going to do my 20 minutes. But deep down, I knew that I was going to get so far, and I was going to say, fuck it, might as well do more. And that's exactly what happened. 5 minutes into my run, I'm like, my legs are aching, legs are sore, knees are hurting a little bit, whatever, they're trying to wake up. 15 minutes into my run, I'm coming up on my 20-minute mark. I'm like, fuck it. Might as well go and do another 5 minutes. Might as well go and round it out. Make it 3 miles instead of 2 miles. Might as well go do another mile. Sure enough, I was 24 minutes in. I was like, might as well go and do another mile. And next thing you know, I just keep adding on more. See, now I can use that addiction, at least in healthier ways, as opposed to drinking. I can use it in running. And I want you to take a second and start thinking about your own personal history, pattern history over the course of your drinking or drugging career. Did you ever say, oh, I've got this? Did you ever say, oh, I'm doing good, I can have that, just put that first one in me? And then you failed? I know that's repeatedly. That's what I did for years. Again, those who do not know history are bound to repeat it, and God knows I repeated that same behavior for years. And I caused a lot of chaos. I caused a lot of destruction. The big book talks about, the alcoholic being like a tornado, ripping through the family. And that was me, man. And I'm thankful now that I got that history lesson. I was able to look back by working my program. I was able to look back, see where I did things wrong, see where I fucked up, see where I made mistakes, and go, you know what? I don't want to repeat that anymore. All I know is this, is I can't put that first one in me now. My old friend of mine, Keith, he used to always say, you're going to screw up every step. He said, every other step. He said, but the only one you got to get right is that first step. And that's the history lesson for me, is that I know I can't put that first one in me today. Come hell or high water. I don't care if an asteroid hits the earth and blows us all up. I don't care. I can't put that first one in me, because once I put that first one in me, I become a different person. And my history has shown and proven to me that different person is not the guy that I want to be. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to drop it into an email to me, or you can even message in on Facebook Messenger. Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what we can do. Like and share these videos with your friends. Invite your friends to the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page. If you ever just need to reach out, there's a whole slew of us on the back end. We're willing to listen if you just need somebody to talk to. So we'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.